Hello HOD creatives, welcome back to my channel. Compliment of the season. So today we are going to be making this pleated padded turban cap you're seeing right here on your screen. If this is something you like to learn, come on, let's get right into it. Welcome back, guys. So today we are going to be making that turban cap you just saw on your screen. It's a padded pleated turban cap, and these are the materials and fabrics we are going to be using. So let's get right into the measurements. For the body of the pleats, I have 14 inches on fold. This is 14 inches on fold, and I'll cut it, and if you open it up, it's 29 inches. It's 29 inches by 36 inches by 36 inches. So it's 28 inches by 36 inches, and the 28 inches part is the stretchy part. Can you see? It's the stretchy part. So it's the head circumference is the stretchy part. So this is for the body of the cap, and this is for the V-shaped band. Now I have 16 inches by 17 inches. 16 inches by 17 inches. You can do 16 inches by 16 inches. It's fine also. And the 16 inches is the stretchy parts. And I cut out 2 because I'm going to be doing a V-shaped band. So I cut out 2 of this. Then the handle, this is the handle. I cut out, this is on fold, 2 inches on fold. That's 4 inches by 9 inches. 4 inches by 9 inches. 4 inches by 10 inches is okay. 5 inches by 10 inches is also okay. So this is for the handle to tie it at the back. Now another thing we used is a foam. This is a foam, and this is a 1/4 inches foam. Quarter. It's just a 1/4 inches foam. You can use 1/2 inches foam. Can you see? It's just a 1/4 inches foam. You can use 1/2 inches foam. So I've gone ahead to also cut my foam. I'm going to be making just 4 pleats. You can make 5, you can make 6, you can make 3. So 4 is okay for me. So the measurement I have for my foam is 20. It's supposed to be 25 inches. So I have 25.5 here, but 25 inches by 2 inches. You remember the body of the cap is 28 inches. So we don't want it to get to each edge. So that is why we are using 25 inches for the foam, so that you have the remaining 3 inches, you share it 1.5 here, 1.5 here. So that is why this is 25 by 2 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take my pleats, my band, V-shaped band. I'll go and make my V-shaped band. I'm not going to bore you with that. I have a full tutorial on how to create a perfect V-shaped band on my channel. So just scroll down the channel, you will see a video tutorial on how I made a V-shaped band, a perfect, well-laid V-shaped band. So it's the same thing. So instead of making this video long, just go ahead, watch that first. You'll know how to make your V-shape. Then you come back and finish up with this design. So now I'm going off the camera now to make my V-shaped band. And when I'm done making the V-shaped band, I will attach this body to the band. That's this 28 by 36 inches. This 28 by 36 inches. I will attach it to the V-shaped band, and I'll be right back. So I've gone ahead to make my V-shaped band. Can you see it? This is what it looks like, and this is the back. I'm going to be putting a lining. I'm going to be lining this cap. So if you are not putting a lining, you can just go ahead and weave this place, or look for a strip and just turn it. Use a strip to turn it, just to make it neat. But I'm going to be putting lining. So okay, so the next thing we are going to do now is to mark a 2 inches guideline. 2 inches. So this is the 2 inches. So you're just going to mark 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches all the way. to the end of your fabric. As you can see, this is 2 inches. So you follow how curved the cap, the base is. That's the cap. As you can see, it's not straight. You can see some little curve here, so you just follow the curve. That's what will give it a more balanced look. Okay, so the next thing is to pick your foam and insert it in between your fabric like so. This is it, and that's my 2 inches at the back. It's just a guideline, so I'll just put it inside. You push it in because we don't want it to be at the edge, so that you won't find it difficult when you want to close your cap. You won't have too much bulkiness at the edge. So that is why you need this 1.5 inches here without the foam. So you just arrange your foam inside and leave your 1.5 inches inside. Then you make sure your foam gets to where that 2 inches, this 2 inches mark. So this, from here to here is my foam, and you make sure there's no excess fabric here. So, and then you pin it down. So you continue arranging your foam inside. You can see you keep arranging it inside. This is my 2 inches, so I'm following this 2 inches guideline because I'm going to stitch on that 2 inches. So I'll keep going. It's very simple. All you need is just patience. So you pin. That pinning will make your work very easy. To make it very easy. So you can see I'm still going with my 2 inches guideline. Can you see? From here to here is my foam. So I'm explaining so that you will understand. So this is my foam. And the remaining 1.5 inches is here. So I'm done pinning. This is what we have. So I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine and sew on this. I'll sew on the 2 inches mark. I'll just sew on the 2 inches mark. I'll just sew it all the way down. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll be right back. So I've gone ahead to stitch on my 2 inches mark, and this is the inside, this is the outside, this is how it looks. So this is the first pleats, the first padded pleat. So we are going to go for the second one now. So you pick your foam again, you leave your 1.5 inches and you insert your foam inside. Now this time around, so you are going to be leaving 1/2 inches between. This is your last stitch. From this last stitch, you can mark it. If you cannot gauge it, you can mark. If you cannot gauge it, just mark your 1/2 inches. You can mark it all the way down. You just mark it from your last stitch. You mark your 1/2 inches all the way down. But if you can gauge it, it's fine. So I'm just pushing my foam inside to that 1.5 inches. So I'll pin. So this is my 1/2 inches, and I'm going to sew on that 1/2 inches. So I'll keep inserting the foam and make sure I have 1/2 inches here to sew. This is my foam. So you just pin it this way all the way down. So you keep going like that, you keep pinning. Okay, so we are at the end. So you take it, and my 1.5 inches is still here. So you take it to your sewing machine and you sew your 1/2 inches from your last stitch. Sew your 1/2 inches all the way down. You repeat the same for the remaining 2. We have 2 foam left, so you repeat the same for the remaining 2 foam. You just pin it and leave your 1/2 inches away from your last stitch. This is the last stitch. From this last stitch, you mark your 1/2 inches. If you cannot gauge it, mark it, please. You mark it down, then you sew on that 1/2 inches all the way down. So can you see my 1/2 inches? So this 1/2 inches will allow you to lay, and you have 1/2 inches space here. That's the essence of this 1/2 inches you left here. So that if you did not leave 1/2 inches here, at the end of the day, it's going to be on top of each other like this. So for you to have that pleated look, that is the essence of this 1/2 inches we left here. So we are going to repeat the same thing again. You put your foam inside, and you are going to first leave your 1.5 inches here, then your 1/2 inches from your last stitch. So I hope you understand that. So I'll go ahead and finish up the remaining 2. So I'm done with my pleat. This is what it looks like. You can see my 1/2 inches. Can you see that? Okay. So next thing you're going to do now is to pick the edges. You bring it to the front. You just leave maybe like 2 pleats. So you bring everything to the front, and you make sure they are all equal. Then you pin, because you are going to sew it. Don't worry if it's gaping like this. Don't worry. So you repeat the same thing on the other side. See the way I'm bringing it, and you make sure they are equal. They're on the same line. So you pin. So you take it to your sewing machine, you stitch it down. You stitch it down. Don't bother about this. Don't bother about it. So let me stitch it down. So I've stitched it down, and I'm also going to have to cut my lining. So I'm going to be attaching my lining to this. So all I'll just do is to pin it to the edge of the band, and I'll use it to turn the whole so I'll just pin it all the way down like this. Then I'll sew like this. I'll sew this other side too, and then I'll sew it down, and I'll leave opening at the down here where I'll bring everything out, and that's how I'll attach my lining. So I've turned everything, so I'm just going to bring it out from the opening. Okay, here's the opening. The opening is small, so I'm just going to loosen it up a bit. Okay. So this is what we have, and this edge that I did not turn, I'm just going to burn it. That's the band. I'll go on the other side just to make it neat. Okay, so it's neat now. So the next thing we are going to do now is to close here. Then we'll attach our handle here. You'll just fold your cap into 2, Just fold it, get the midpoint. Then you measure 8 from the center front here. From the front up here, just measure 8 inches. This is my 8. So I'm going to be attaching my handle on that 8 inches. So make sure you attach your handle before you close the cap. So you just place your handle this way. See where it's facing. Place the second one. You stitch down, then by the time you turn it, you have something like this. So when you are done attaching your handle, you fold your cap into 2 like so. You pin it down. Then you leave like 1 inches or 2 inches. 1 inch is fine. From this edge here, just leave 1 inches. So from that 1 inches, stitch it all the way down. Stitch like this, like this. You stitch it like this, like this. So I've gone ahead to sew the back and attach my handle. So before I turn it out, I told you to leave 1 inches here at the back here. It's just to make your cap relax. It's just to relax the cap at the back. Nothing serious. So you run your basket stitch. And when you get to the band, you stop. You run your basket stitch. When you get to the band, you will stop. Then you secure your thread properly. So we're done, and this is what we have. Let me put it on the mannequin so you will see. Let's adjust this. Okay, so then you tie so this is what we have. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this lovely? So we have come to the end of this class, and I'll see you in my next video.